After I demolished my DIY jungle shack, I decided to build myself a new home. So off I went to Home Depot to buy a trailer and some wood. I found a nice workspace, but I was quickly attacked by the local inhabitants. After sacrificing 3 of my finest goats, a peace treaty was struck, and I began work on the trailer. The conditions for work were less than ideal, as I was surrounded by an assortment of dangerous and noisy animals. The lizard people that run the world government were watching me pretty closely, and I knew that I had to move quickly before they could sabotage another one of my projects. I came to the conclusion that the sacrifice of my finest goats was in vain, as my equipment was sabotaged in a series of suspicious incidents. Luckily, I was able to get the upper hand over the local inhabitants with a series of manipulative power plays.
There's no better way to celebrate Labor Day than with some good, hard labor.
When are you gonna pay us?
When the trailer's done, I'll give you $1.
After revitalizing my energy reserves with the sweet nectar-like tears of my enemies, I pushed forward in my project. For the outside of the trailer, I used 1/8 inch thick composite EcoBoard and drop cloth canvas sheets and wood glue to make pour bands fiberglass. Any bubbles I squeezed out and filled with super strong adhesive. Then any gaps I filled with wood putty and sanded it smooth. For the roof, I used wood glued canvas on the composite board and then covered it with roof sealer. This created an incredibly strong and tight waterproof bond designed to withstand the tropical elements. I also designed the roof with a small slope so that the water will always flow off and never pool on the top. I was lucky enough to score this awesome Outback off-grid solar inverter charger system, some batteries, and solar panels from a local pharmacy on the island when the company I worked for upgraded their solar system. I installed this unit in the RV trailer, giving it the capacity to operate off-grid with solar panels and batteries. This unit also has a bypass switch, allowing the trailer to be plugged into the grid with an extension cable into a wall outlet so that it can easily be run from a regular receptacle on a house or an outdoor GFI receptacle. I added 2-way light switches at both the doors so that the lights can be turned on at either side of the trailer, and I added plenty of receptacles so that it will be easy to power lots of devices anywhere inside. The Outback inverter system is the main power distribution center in this trailer, so that the power from the grid can come from the house receptacle into the trailer plug to provide 120 volt power through the inverter bypass switch onto the main distribution panel. Or the bypass switch can be turned off, and the inverter system can be powered on to provide 120 volt power from the inverter's batteries and solar panels to the main distribution panel. The sides of the trailer were painted with primer and then oil-based paint to create a really strong watertight seal so that it will be able to easily withstand the elements and be watertight. Then I glued camo netting to the side of the trailer and the top of the trailer. This helps to absorb direct sunlight and distribute it into the air. It creates a cooling effect on the outside of the trailer, similar to the trailer always being in the shade. This way the trailer does not get hot inside when it is in direct sunlight. Also, there is ventilation on both sides of the trailer, which are sheltered under an overhang. So when the fan is on, the inside air is always continuously pushed from one side of the trailer and out the other. This way the trailer does not get hot inside when it is in direct sunlight, so the trailer always remains cool, even in the hot summer. There was a surprise inspection from the local police and fire department on my construction, and the trailer was condemned. But after purchasing them houses in Kikui'ula, I was permitted to continue the construction. After cleaning out the trailer, I decided to test out the electrical system with a racing simulator from my DIY Sim Racer arcade project. This project used a motion simulator machine from Ukraine and a homemade dashboard that displays racing data to bring a semi-realistic rally car racing experience. If you would like to learn more about this project, be sure to check out my other videos on this channel. I will be really grateful if you hit the like and subscribe button, as it will help me grow this channel and help me build bigger and cooler stuff for you.
Go slight one. Go slight left. Small crest. Slight left. Slight right. Slowly go. Hard left. Medium right to the crest. Crest. Jump. Slight left to the crest. Jumps. And easy right over the jump.
The fastest it can go!
It crashed!
Next, I decided to test out an Mi-28 Soviet military helicopter VR simulator. To do this, I had to splice some wires from joysticks and throttle controllers and pedals. I hooked this up to a VR Oculus headset, and it was pretty realistic. With this simple setup, I was able to learn how to fly a helicopter. After I finished testing the trailer's electrical system, it was time to turn it into an RV camper. After moving the trailer and testing its seaworthiness, I got a small refrigerator and freezer so that it will be able to keep food. The next step was to assemble a bed frame that would have enough space underneath for storage for batteries to power the inverter solar system, and would provide space for personal items and a slide-out sink and gas stove kitchen cooking area. This way it will be easy to cook food and wash dishes outside of the trailer. Next, I added a mounted TV and a fan to keep the trailer nice and cool. The slide for the kitchen area is working great, and it will allow me to easily and quickly cook whatever I want and wash my dishes. Now it's time to make a solar-powered water heater so that I have hot water for cleaning dishes and showering. To do this, I went to Home Depot and got black PVC pipe and glued it together to create a place to store water. It is mounted on top of the trailer so that it will be in direct sunlight and will be quickly heated from the sun to very hot temperatures. I also added valves on the side so that the water temperature can be controlled with incoming water mixed with the hot water from the solar water heater on top of the trailer. There are two connections so that the water will come down with gravity into a hose used for showering and dishwashing, and there is another connection so that the solar water heater can be refilled with a regular garden hose from a water collection tank with a 3/4 or 1 horsepower pump. Next, I added a queen-size bed in the trailer so that there will be plenty of room for sleeping. And I also made shelving so that there will be plenty of room for personal items, food, and cookware. One of the coolest parts about this trailer is it has 2 expandable tents on both sides. This makes room for 2 more beds. It also has 2 projectors built into the sides so that entertainment can be provided for events like outdoor barbecues, birthdays, dinners, camping parties, video game parties, movies, or even just something to watch for whoever is sleeping on the sides of the trailer under the tent. Next, I installed a microwave in the trailer for those days when it's rainy or you're just tired and lazy, and you just wish to cook some food inside and watch something on the TV. When you would like to enjoy a beautiful breakfast in nature, the process for cooking is quite simple and it does not take much time. All you have to do is slide out your gas stove and plug it into your propane tank. Then just prepare your breakfast normally as you would in your house. Today I'm making a delicious breakfast of eggs and Portuguese sausage and some coffee from an AeroPress espresso coffee maker. One of the things that makes cooking breakfast so comfortable in this trailer is that there are plenty of receptacles, and it is very easy to plug in any kind of cooking appliances that you want, like air fryers, blenders, toasters, or water heaters. There is something really nice about enjoying your breakfast outside in nature instead of being cooped up inside. It gives you some time to look at the birds and the beautiful mountains and think about things. This trailer would be great in a secluded area with some outdoor furniture hidden between some bamboo or trees. It could be used as a guest house or even as a rental for someone with some land, as there are many people in Hawaii who are unable to find a place to live. I hope this trailer will make it into the hands of someone who needs a place to stay, sheltered with some basic amenities for living a more comfortable life than sleeping in a car. I was homeless for a short period of time, and I know how hard that life is. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you will hit like and subscribe, it will help me to build bigger and cooler things. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video inspires you to challenge yourself, build, grow, and learn. Stay hungry.